Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Blue Sicx Tarot. I'm your fantastic host Blue Sicx. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all at home staying safe and yeah, just bearing up under the strain, I guess. It's not been easy for a lot of people, myself included, but what we're going to do, we're going to pull together, we're going to get through this, and why not watch this tarot video? I mean, something to do. And also about such stuff you can do. You can also like and even hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification. And also, if you're bored, you can follow me on the social medias. So today we're going to be doing a weekly reading using the Path Seekers Tarot and the Pathfinders. These are a bit of a heftier sort of deck, so this takes up my entire hand. The tape measures over there, so maybe when I do a review of these, we'll actually see how big these are. But yeah, we're talking about 6 to 8 inches sort of size. Anyway, let's roll them bones, or shuffle the cards at least. So, as I said, I hope we're all keeping safe and being all healthy and being very careful in the queues, because queues are getting quite ridiculous now. But there you are. Right. But outside of that, I hope you're all keeping well. And leave a comment at the bottom as well. Let me know how well you're doing and the sort of stuff you're doing to kind of cope, because a lot of people aren't necessarily dealing with it too well. So, especially now we're on our 3rd week. So, right, we'll start off. It's here. So we'll start off with Monday and Tuesday. Starts with the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords is pointing to the idea of, at the beginning of the week, there are kind of decisions that need to be made, and you can either go one way or the other. And unfortunately, this is a card that doesn't involve compromise. You can't kind of do bits of one and bits of the other. It's either or. And once you do one, you can't go back to do the other. I believe we came across this card last week as well. So it's not necessarily the same fork. It's a different fork in the road, but at the same time, there's still a direction in which you have to go. And you can't do both, I'm afraid. So we're going to do Wednesday and Thursday with the Ace of Swords. So that's a very interesting middle of the week. So that's pointing more towards after you've chosen your direction, it's kind of like not cemented, but kind of making sure you put all your energy and effort into this thing, because it's not necessarily something that you've done before, but it's something you need to kind of put a lot of vigour in. So essentially you need to put a lot of focus and kind of a lot of your energy into it. So not necessarily just vigour, a bit of elbow grease as well. So we do to Friday and the weekend, where we have the Ace of Swords. Very sword heavy week. So this is more focusing on the idea of kind of feeling a bit stuck, and you're not necessarily, it's always hard to see a way out when you're stuck inside. That wasn't supposed to be a reference to what's going on societally, but it kind of reflecting this really. It's kind of the idea of this kind of feeling trapped, and there's not necessarily a way to kind of get out of that, because it's cyclical. On here you can see with the eternity symbol here, it does feel like a perpetual imprisonment. So what I'd say to this is, at the beginning of the week, it's kind of like a fork in the road and picking a direction to go into. But as soon as you pick that direction, you know, that's the way you go, and you go full force for it. But the problem is, it feels like no matter what you're doing, whichever direction you're going in, you're still going to feel like you haven't progressed, because you're still stuck where you are, regardless of which direction you take. So, as that's a relatively kind of bleak sort of reading, usually what I do in this regard, I have an extra card that I take from an oracle deck. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a card from the Power of Love, and kind of have like a clarifier. So those of you who don't know what that is, a clarifier is kind of a card that sums up a reading, or kind of gives you like an extra message of encouragement, because at the moment that as an end of the week isn't great, so I want to try and give you guys something a little hope. So pardon my dyslexia. So we have cause and effect. So this one says, you are aware that the love you create in your thoughts and your is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. So basically, the work you're putting in, even if it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, it will come to fruition. Maybe not when you see it, or maybe not as soon as you think it's going to, but even if you feel like you're trapped and stuck, regardless of what you do, everything you do will have an effect. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, or even not so soon. But all this hard work you're putting into, you don't feel like you're moving forward, but you're moving a lot further forward than you realise. Right, so that's a little clarifier card. So once again, if you guys out there do readings and you kind of get like a bad reading, or something that doesn't necessarily end well, you can always use a clarifier card to kind of point in the right sort of direction. So that's been the weekly forecast. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, everyone stay home, stay safe. At time of publication, it will be Easter, Good Friday, so I hope you all have a nice Good Friday and try and have as nice an Easter as you can. And without further ado, all I can say is goodbye, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.